Hello, David the Surf Skateboarder here, and I'm going to be teaching you how to do the flip-flop foot plant. To explain what's going on with this trick, I would describe it as doing a no-comply frontside shove it, and you're popping it extra high so that when the nose of the board comes around and does a 180, you're grabbing the nose with your back hand behind your back leg, and I'll demonstrate what I mean by that. And then after you've grabbed the nose with your back hand, you're then just bringing the nose of the board back around 180 degrees, making the board do a full 360. And I just kind of place the tail on the ground and put my back foot on it, and then let go of the nose and put my front foot back on. And then you're riding away on your board going forwards. Now let's talk about foot placement. I like to ride with my heel hanging off a lot on my front foot, because all I'm going to be doing with that is just sliding the foot off the heel side of the board. And then for my back foot, I just like to have the ball of my foot close to the center of the board, because all my pressure is going to be on the ball of my back foot. And as soon as that front foot slides off, that pressure just translates to the board popping and spinning front side. And so as you can see, it's only the front foot that touches the ground the whole time through the trick, and the back foot pops the board, spins it, and then just floats there until the tail comes around, and then you put your back foot back on the tail. The first technique you're going to want to practice is just learning how to spin a no-comply frontside shove it. You don't have to learn how to land no-comply frontside shove it's, and because of the wonkiness of a surf skate truck, it's going to be particularly difficult to land a no-comply frontside shove it properly. So I wouldn't bother learning how to land that, just learn how to spin a no-comply frontside shove it, and don't worry about grabbing or anything. The next step in learning this is probably the most difficult part, and it's just where you begin to start exaggerating that kick with your back leg. You're going to just start putting more pressure and snapping the board harder to pop the board up higher as it does that no-comply frontside shove it. And you want the board to come up high enough so that you can reach behind your leg and grab the nose with your back hand. And you want to kick your back leg up extra high to make room for the board, because it's coming up higher so you can grab it. And the next step is simply just bringing the nose of the board around so the board comes around a full 360, and then you just put your back foot on the tail and then put your front foot on. I like doing this trick in my lines as I've rolled onto the deck, and then I'll spin one around and then roll back into the bowl and continue my line. Or I'll do these just as a drop in into a bank. I usually don't do these dropping in onto coping because it does throw my weight around and makes it kind of awkward to drop back in. And next we'll go to my garage and look at some boards, because not all boards are made equal, and there's some decks that I've found that make this trick really difficult, as well as some different wheels that make this trick really difficult. This may seem obvious, but I'm going to go ahead and point out that if you're trying to do tricks like this, that it's important to have a board that has a nose on it. Boards like these that don't have much of a nose to speak of make it difficult to grab a nose or put your foot on the nose if you're trying to do any kind of nollie shove it, because when you grab it, you're getting a handful of truck like shown here. What I'll mention about wheels is that the bigger and softer your wheels are, such as these 70 millimeter 78A roundhouse wheels, this trick tends to get a lot harder because the wheels will grip the ground, resulting in the board popping straight up, kind of like I'm showing here in this video where I'm riding 78A OJ wheels. It's really difficult for me to get the board to spin around 180 degrees on the axis. Instead, the board tends to pop straight up, despite the fact that I'm kicking my leg to make the board do a shove it. So the smaller and harder your wheels are, the easier tricks like this are going to be, but I would never put a 52 millimeter 99A skateboard wheel on a surf skate, because it kind of negates a lot of what a surf skate can do. Even these 60 millimeter 82A Yao wheels I find are really small and sluggish, and I don't care to ride wheels like that on my surf skates. And so wheels like this 81A 65 millimeter surf skate love wheel I think work great for a trick like this, but personally I wouldn't go really much any softer than that. I hope you found this video helpful and informative, and if you have any questions you can leave a comment below. You can also find me on Instagram at @the_surfskateboarder. So keep skating and have fun.